All right, so let's get this going. What's up, team? All right, I'm excited, super excited to be here with everyone. So, this is the U.S. and Canada Mastermind that's going to be going down every week. Stoked, you guys here. This is what's up. Um, so let's start this off. Bobby has a couple things that he wants to go over, and just some standard rules, guidelines, stuff like that. Just things to follow. How we're gonna be keeping this structured and on point for every week. So I'm gonna hand it over to Bobby. He's gonna lay some things down for you, and then we'll get into it. All right, Bob, take it over, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Everybody, welcome. Sharing my screen real quick and jumping on a little. So we're gonna just roll over a few things with Zoom and how you should act when you're on Zoom. So the first thing is with your mic. Just make sure it's always muted. And when you're on Zoom, we don't want you, walking around or jumping up and down or working out. And then no negative. We're not here for that. We all are here for massive things. So leave the negative at the door, if you will. If you want to write anything, it's on the right-hand side. You can, if you have anything, write it out, and we will answer it. You can also raise your hand with this, which I'm going to have Kevin run over that in just 1 second because I don't know how to do that. And then we're here for you guys. And so we want to hear from you. Come out, speak. No need to be nervous, and ask whatever you want to ask. So other than that, she's the end of the rules and regulations of Zoom. That's all I got. So we're gonna, Kevin, do you want to let everybody know the raising of the hand deal?
Yeah, I'd love to. It's pretty simple, guys. Just go to participants, just at the bottom, or there should be a little button that says participants, right, with the little figure of two people, and just click it, and then it'll show you on the side. If you're using a computer, it'll show you on the side or the phone. I don't remember where it is on the phone, but somewhere there it should tell you to raise your hand, and it's right next to mute me or whatever. So it should be right there. Just press the raise hand if you have a. There you go, Shannon. You did it already.
Raise my hand, just as an example. Just wanted to do that.
Yeah. So just raise your hand and we'll see it. That's pretty much it.
I appreciate that, Kevin. So now we're going to roll over to Mr. Height, and he will jumpstart this Zoom right.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Hey, so I see, a lot of familiar faces on the panel and stuff, but we're going to start this off right. 2018, new year, new goals, right? Let's do this. Big things, right? So the thing that I wanted to talk about is especially with new people coming into this that are starting an online business or have zero to minimal amounts of experience, right, in online business or anything like that. There tends to be a lot of fear and a lot of doubts of the what if, what are people going to think of me? What are they going to think of my ads? I'm kind of nervous. Anytime I try to film a video ad or something like that, I tend to freeze up or, just little things like that. So I just wanted to go over fear and doubt. That's something that tends to stand out a little bit. But once you get past that, you're able to grow, as a person and also grow your business, which is really cool. This is something where we are all stepping out of our comfort zone. When I first started filming videos, my first video I filmed the beginning of last year, I've been in a little over a year now, and the very first one I filmed, I went out behind my house, out deep into the hills, right? And I would I had my little selfie stick and I was filming and stuff, and you know, I was even being out there by myself. I was nervous being in front of the camera. I was super nervous doing it, and there were a couple hikers that walked by, so I stayed quiet for a second, let them walk past, and then I, you know, shot my video or whatever. But one thing about it is, it starts to become muscle memory. You know, the more you do it, the better you get at it. The more comfortable you get, the better your ads are. Like my first ad sucked. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that your first ad is going to be terrible or anything, but just put yourself out there. You know, step out of your comfort zone, and it definitely works. You know, people can relate. Even if you mess up in your videos or anything like that, you know, people can relate. They'll see that you are a real person, you know, and it's pretty cool once you start to get some interaction and you get leads and comments and stuff like that. And that's just for, I mean, that's more so on like video ads and stuff. But the whole point of the matter is like, this is, you know, you're building a business for yourself. You know, like, so don't worry about other people's opinions and what they think about you. Their opinions aren't going to pay your bills. So don't worry about what anyone else has to say. Be confident in what you're doing, and, you know, stay strong, stay consistent, stay focused, and we're all here to help. So let's go big 2018. Let's start it off and let's get going. All right. Let's
Very nice, Shannon. I love it. Stoked. Kevin, do you want to hop out and just kind of explain where you were at, where you're at now, and kind of in between what was happening?
Sure thing. First of all, happy holidays, happy New Year. I hope all you guys enjoyed your holiday weeks. But yeah, guys, just to add to what Shannon was saying, I mean, go live at first, doing one is hard. I mean, not only just at first, even if you're a professional. I mean, even me, like, for example, I've done, you know, quite a few go lives, and I still get super nervous. I mean, you and me, the go live that I did today, it took me a while to get the how do I say, to get pumped enough to do it. Pretty much is what I'm telling you guys. It took a lot for me to do it. I mean, I was still nervous doing it. I was like, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? And even on the go live, I was nervous. I was like, oh wait, you know, because you try to think about what you're gonna say while you're saying it, and you're trying not to mess up or whatever. So I mean, it's nerve wracking all around. Even if you've been doing it for years, and even if you already have experience doing it, you've done it quite a few. I mean, you still get nervous. I still do. And I mean, when I started my first go live, where was I at? I don't even remember where I was at, to be honest. But I mean, I know it was nerve wracking. I mean, my first go live, I was just like, oh, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? And it took a while. It took like 20 minutes before I did a go live, you know, because I mean, you know, my family around and everything. I'm thinking, oh, what if, you know, some noise happens in the background and it makes me, or what if I like do a silly face and then I don't know, where people are like turn me into a meme or something, right? Like you start thinking all these things and you're just like, oh man. But the truth of the matter, guys, is like the hardest part is just starting. Once you start doing a go live, it's easy. It really is. I mean, once I started doing a go live, yeah, it's nerve wracking, but it's like, you know, you just start talking, you start getting comfortable, and you're like, you get better as you go along. Your brain starts thinking about what to say better and better, and you just get better. I mean, you're still nervous, but you know, eventually it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit, and it becomes easier and easier. You know, it kind of how do I say, you know, it kind of goes against each other, because I mean, you're nervous, but it still gets easier. But I mean, you just got to do it to understand what I mean. I mean, yeah, I mean, the hardest part is starting. Believe me. I mean, touching that go live, that start go live, is the hardest part. But once you do it, it gets easier and easier, and you start getting comfortable with it. And afterwards, believe me, one thing that I've noticed is that you are pumped afterwards. Okay, after you do a go live, you're like, oh yes, let's go do something else. Because it really does pump you up. I mean, after I do a go live, I'm just like, oh, great, I did a go live. What's next, right? I mean, it pumps you up, and I recommend anyone just starting out to do a go live as soon as possible, because the sooner you get it done, the sooner you can move on to something else. So that's all I got to say.
No, yeah, dude, very nice. And I think you were 19 at the time, so you were a young pup, and you still are, obviously. But no, yeah, guys. I mean, it's a wall, and when you're holding your phone and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. you're like, okay, no, I'm not going to do it. And then you're going to pick it up again. And you're like, okay, let's just do it. I mean, I do it all the time still, but it's just one thing. You just got to knock it down, and jumping on it and knocking it out. And then you're like, hell yeah, dude, I did it. And then in a week, you're like, okay, should I do it or not? And it's more or less of why not? So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Mike Hale.
Yeah. Thank you, Bobby.
No problem at all.
Just going to continue to elaborate on go lives, but just more fear in general, if anything's holding you back from fear. Because I know for me, when I was starting off, I know we constantly say you guys got to go live, and it's nerve wracking. That was the biggest hurdle for me. I had been doing my business for 3.5 months or something before I actually ever did my first go live, and I was sitting in our up top roof in Budapest, and Rob pretty much said, "Why haven't you done a go live yet?" And I didn't have an answer for him. It was just like, oh. Like fear, like putting yourself out on the internet. What the hell are you going to say talking into this camera? And he just forced me to do it. And so my first ever go live, I was literally sitting in a windowsill with a selfie stick, and I was just babbling. I had no message, nothing. I was just talking, but all I did was talk for 5.5 minutes. And I was like, and after I felt pumped up after, but I was like, okay, did that actually add real value? Yeah, it did. It somehow got like 600 views or something in the first couple hours, and I literally just sputtered on about utter nonsense, but it got people interested and it got people engaged, and it really works on you developing your brand, and you start building your own brand and your own fan base. And then once you do start doing it, it is like riding a bike. It's hard at the start, but once you do, you just get in the zone. And the thing about go lives is, and like running this is, it is your business, and don't give a shit about what anyone else says or what's going on around you or anything like that. Like Kevin was walking on the beach when he was doing his go live. I was just out in the middle of a park doing mine. There's people watching around. People see you, but like, it's your business. Who cares if you're in the zone? If you get in this zone and just nothing stops you, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people's opinions are of you or what they think of you, because it's your business and you're growing it for yourself and developing your brand. And people respect that if you get out on front of a camera and see it's like, wow, this person is live, on the camera, on the internet, he's delivering value, he's sending a positive message. And yeah, but if that's a fear of yours, it's the only real growth I've had in the business too, is always constantly pushing past a comfort point. For me now, my thing is I've always been hesitant to post actual things on my personal page, but this is my 2018. This is what I'm going to start doing now. I'm still going to be active on my fan page, but Facebook doesn't, you don't have as large of a reach from your fan page, because it only reaches maybe 5% of the people who actually follow you, because that's just how Facebook works, and they want you to pay to boost your post. But you start posting on your personal page, that is for your organic traffic. And that was another concern of mine too, was, the friends, the family thing. But I went through this purge. I went through my Facebook friends list. I purged anyone who I didn't want to really contact or any negativity. So by the time you have everyone on your Facebook friends list, like, they should be your friends. They should be supportive of you. Why would you not? Why would you have haters on your friends list in the first place? Everyone should be supporting you to start. So it's just these next steps and breaking past different comfort barriers correlate to your business, and as your business grows and grows.
Nice, Mike. I like that. Hey, can I touch on what you were saying? Is it okay?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so there's a couple things that really stand out on what you were saying there. Also, like a big one for me is mindset and the mind shift into the proper mindset. You know, this is a new skill set that we're all learning, developing, and even being in this for a year now, it's still a constant change where we're always learning and growing, right? That being said, you know, it's the fear and the doubt of what other people are thinking and stuff like that. Like I was saying earlier, like, you know, their opinions don't pay your bills. So once you get that mind shift and that mindset, it makes things so much easier to do, like the simple things, like I won't say simple, but like to do a go live. We're all on camera right now. This is being recorded. It's on the internet. It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be, you know, we're going to be able to access this later on down the road, but we're all on camera right now. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like, this is like the start of it all. Like, this is how things start, and being able to take the value that we all share within this group and then apply it to your business is going to help you blow up. Another thing that I want to do is there's a quote, right? I saw this video on it's always like I was streaming through Facebook, and it's by this dude. I believe he's an Australian dude. His name's Kieran Ray or something like that, I think it is. But he has this quote that really like stands out and sticks, and it's something that I think about all the time, and I've applied it, you know, within myself and my business, and it's helped things happen. His quote was, and I brought this up when I was in, I don't know if you guys remember when we were on the Mastermind. I was in Beverly Hills, right? It was at Mastermind that time, or on the tech call rather. But he said, money, right? Money is a natural consequence of delivering value. You don't focus on the consequence that happens naturally. What you need to focus on is the value that you need to deliver in order for that consequence to happen. And I really thought about that for a little while and like took that to heart. Like, wow, that's true. Because people always say like, I need money. No, you don't need money. You need to focus on the value that you need to deliver in order to get that, you know, to make the money, right? And I thought about that, and that's what we're all doing. Like when we make our videos or even a picture ad or whatever it is, we're putting out value to people, right? And the people that take that value and really see it, and, you know, they opt in, they join PQ1, they get affiliated, all that stuff. That's how we have the natural consequence happen, is by delivering the value to them. That's what these groups are for. You know, we're delivering value to each other. And then with that, we grow our business and grow our teams. Yeah, that's kind of like, I guess that's really all I wanted to touch on for what you were saying though, Mike.
No, yeah, dude, that's massive.
It's absolutely, and Gary Vee, a big thing he's a part of is just by building you and your fan base, it's just delivering value and always, how to put this, drawing blanks right now, but it's about like, it's establishing rapport with your community and just saying, proving to yourself that you're a real person, because there's like, what, 1.3 billion people on Facebook right now, and people see you and they get interested and they say, oh, what's this guy doing? And then by constantly being involved with them, by either, you don't have, we love go lives are very effective, but I also do prefer just either taking a picture yourself of what you're doing and just showing your face and hanging out there on the internet. You don't have to be traveling. You don't have to be doing around the world, but there's a million different things you could be doing. When I was starting off, hell, I would just take pictures of my house and be like, damn, I am so happy I don't have to go into an office today and be in rush hour traffic, and I can just sit for calm. And even if you are working right now, you can still put a clever marketing spin on absolutely anything. Your general audience doesn't know that you might still have a job or not. You can still stay. So great to be working from my laptop, or if you're taking out your dog for a walk in the middle of the afternoon, like you can, it's really about just taking photographs of really wherever you're at and just trying to be creative and putting a creative marketing spin on anything and just showing people what is possible, that you don't have to be trapped to this job if you don't want to. You are more than capable of creating your own business if you so choose to and have the heart and desire to.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge, Mike. That's super big. You know, like it's it's marketing for some things, whether you have a job or not. It's how you market yourself, and how you're branding yourself to your audience. And like you're saying, building rapport with people, that's super huge. One thing that we all know is people buy from people, right? It doesn't matter what you're like. If people like and love you and what you're doing, they're going to buy from you no matter what. You could be selling toothbrushes. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to be like, well, whatever Mike's doing, I want to be a part of it. Or Bobby or Kevin or Lori or anyone else on the panel. It doesn't matter what it is. You build some rapport and you're super positive, you're putting out a super good vibe, it's going to attract people, right? So that is the law of attraction. Like attracts like. You know what I mean? So if you're super positive and just, having the time of your life and just things are super good for you, people are going to be attracted to that. So, yeah, man. That's good stuff.
No, yeah, without a doubt. We kind of forgot to mention wins. So we're gonna step back, and if anybody has any wins, whether it's at home with their job, kids, whatever it is, we like to let everybody know our wins. And my win right now is I'm almost knocked out with Code of an Extraordinary Mind. It's an awesome book. Changes a lot of what's up here, and I recommend it for anybody looking into a book. But that's my win for the week. If anybody else wants to hop out, Mike, I know you're in I think Vietnam right now, so that's pretty sweet, I must say.
It's interesting. I consider my win for the week not dying on my first scooter ride. that was my win, and I'm currently reading Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort, and it has a lot to do with just persuasion and influence and for sales and straight line persuasion. And I'm going to be sharing, after I finish this, I'm going to be sharing lots because I'm getting a really lot of good stuff out of this. And yeah, just making it overseas, that was a win for me. What about you guys? What are some other wins for you guys for the week? Nanette, I know you went to Japan. How was that?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. I was reading Happy Pocket Full of Money. So on the plane ride, so I'm about halfway through that.
Awesome. How was your son? Good to see your son.
Yeah, we had quite an experience. He's been in Okinawa for 8 months now, and hasn't really been off base. So the taxi rides and just dealing with all the people speaking Japanese, we didn't hear anyone speak English for over a week. We had to point at the menu, some menus didn't have English, so you just kind of pointed at food that looked good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Love to hear it.
Oh, very cool. That's awesome.
I have a couple. So I just moved, and now I have my own house, which is cool, and I have a huge yard. And it kind of one bummer about the process is I lost a couple of my books, but my girlfriend is very cool and works with a great organization, and she gave me a box, literally a box of books. So I have a couple short reads. I have this one. It's called The State of the Entrepreneur, and then I have this other one called The ADD Entrepreneur, which seems pretty fitting for some things. So I'm going to go through those short reads, and they seem pretty cool. I'm going to finish those out in the Gary Vaynerchuk, and then, yeah, man, I'm hyped to be where I'm at, close to the beach. I'm literally, just a quick walk away from the beach. You'll be seeing a lot of ads there, and then, yeah, man, some personal ones is here at my house too. I picked up 1,500 foam blocks last night or 2 nights ago rather, and I'm building a backyard setup. I'm gonna have a foam pit, some other stuff in the backyard. That'll probably be in my soon-to-be ads, so you'll be seeing that. hopefully good things, not too many crashes. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm super excited for that in the new year and getting going with all that. So who else? Who else do we have here? Let's get some more wins out.
Lori, yeah, knock it out.
Okay, so I have been listening to Ask and It Is Given by the Hicks, Esther and Jerry Hicks. I think Jerry Hicks wrote this specific book. It's awesome. I heard of it before Nate talked about it maybe a month ago, and I've been very intrigued. As you guys know, I've talked about the law of attraction before. So it's a really awesome book. I recommend it to everybody. And I have been using the law of attraction to like elevate my mood. If I start thinking something even the slightest bit negative, now I'm catching myself and making myself think, not making myself, but practicing thinking more positive thoughts. And towards the end of Ask and It Is Given, there are all these different emotions that you feel. So they have a long list of like joy being way up at the top and depressed being way at the bottom, and they have everything in between. So you can pick whatever you're feeling, whatever emotion you're feeling at that point, and there are ways that you can start to elevate yourself out of these emotional funks or whatever you want to call them. So anyway, that's one thing. But last night I was going back and forth with Bobby a bit. It was, I don't know, like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning out in Vietnam, so I couldn't contact my son. Not that he answers me all the time anyway, but Bobby's always super responsive, so I always appreciate Bobby's help. I don't try not to bug him too often. But anyway, I had a new member coming on, and I had some questions about some things that I haven't experienced before, and he was super helpful. And I had spoken with her Christmas week, and she was, I don't want to give a lot of her personal information because you're going to be seeing her soon. Oh no, my battery's running low. Okay, I'm going to have to run and plug in. Hang on one second, guys. Okay.
No worries.
So anyway, without giving her personal information away, she was really wanting to come in with a trifecta, and she had exhausted like every possibility, and she was going through a lot of different things to make this happen. And it looked like it just was not going to be able to happen, and she was going to need to start with an UConn. And at the last minute, something happened. She got an extra $1,000 or access to an extra $1,000. I'm talking about the last minute last night. And right before that happened, she had said to me, you know what, this last thing didn't work. I'm going to have to start with an UConn. And I said to myself out loud, she is going to be starting with a trifecta. And Bobby, right?
Yeah.
I was going back and forth with him about, you know, asking certain questions about starting with not 3 products, but maybe 2. And I had all these questions because I haven't experienced everything yet. And Bobby was answering me. And then lo and behold, she messages me and she says, I got this $1,000. You're not going to believe this. I'm going to be able to start with the trifecta. And I was just super, super excited for her. So guys, law of attraction works. I just so want you guys to start to experience this, because once you get to a certain emotional level where you're feeling happy and positive most of the time, things just start to happen. And it's crazy the way little things, little subtle things start to happen. And I used to think years ago it's all coincidence, but it is absolutely not coincidence. So go for it. If you guys want information about other law of attraction books, get in touch with me. You can message me. I'm happy to share, but it's super fun. And imagine, can you guys imagine if most of us on the calls are practicing law of attraction? We're all going to feed off of each other's energy. And imagine what, it's going to like make me cry. It's so crazy. Imagine what like the end of 2018 is going to be like if we're all like way up here and all this good stuff is happening and we're attracting all these amazing people into our business every week, every day, right?
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
It's gonna be crazy.
and then the people on our teams are feeling that energy too. So it keeps going. It's like this beautiful snowball effect, right? Anyway.
Oh, that's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Lori, my next book, I'm sorry, is
Awesome.
Money in the Law of Attraction.
Life changer for me. Awesome. So guys, that book that Bobby just showed up, maybe you want to show it again so everybody can write it down if they're interested, or just take a screenshot of it. This book I did a presentation on for our global community back in the fall, and I listened to it on Audible. I didn't read it, but it was definitely a life changer. And since then, I've just been applying Law of Attraction more and more, and now Ask and It Is Given is almost, it's a higher level than that. It's so cool. So go for it, guys. Can't wait for you guys to start experiencing this amazing stuff.
I want to touch on what you're saying as well about the law of attraction. It's something that, it was off and on for a little bit, but ever since I read The Magic and practicing gratitude and stuff, I've done it. I've started to implement it in my own ways. I don't know. I mean, some of the guys on the panel here, Mike and Kevin and stuff, I remember you guys when we were in Duluth and stuff, and it was the first thing I did every morning, and I was like, hey, tell me 5 things that you're grateful for, and we'd practice gratitude. And that's something that I don't know if they do that personally, but it's something that I do personally. I do that with my girlfriend, and I just think to myself, and there's all sorts of things. And I love to do the practice, like practicing gratitude, and keeping the law of attraction in the back of my head. Like, I just recently moved to Oceanside, right? I'm at my house. I have a big yard. I was stoked on it because I have dogs, and I wanted them to have more space to run and do all kinds of stuff. Well, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, what can I do with this? Like, it's a sublet, so it's going to be short-lived. I'm here for like 6 months, and then they're tearing the house down. But while I'm here, I don't mean to go on a tangent or anything, but while I'm here, I want to make this as fun as I can. I love riding BMX. Sunday night, my friend calls me at 11 p.m. and he goes, hey, there's this place in Vista. It's a trampoline park. He goes, they're getting rid of their foam. So I went and picked up 1,500 foam blocks for a foam pit so I can go practice tricks into a foam pit. Then a couple of my other friends brought over other stuff, and they're like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm going to have like a full-blown setup at my house. You know what I mean? And it's something where I've been practicing gratitude and thinking about, like, just visualizing, like, okay, I could have a ramp there, I could have a foam pit there, I could have this, I could have that. And it's all coming together. I just had people message me like, hey, you need pallets? I have pallets. I need like 25 pallets to build certain structures to do that. And it's all happening. It's the law of attraction and gratitude, and it's just amazing. And I've been applying this in my business. I just looked at my phone right now. I have like 6 new leads for my business. So yeah, that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. And I'd love to see everyone else do the same thing, so that, like you're saying, Lori, in the end of 2018, we're not here. We're all, you can't even see it because we're going to be so high up within this business. Anyway, let's hand it over to someone else.
No, without a doubt.
I got some news to share with you guys on the Facebook ads front. So I am, wow, I just completely lost my train of thought. I actually got an email from someone from Facebook who says they would want to work directly with me one-on-one. I didn't know this existed, but someone from Facebook just emailed me, and they want to, I essentially have access to someone directly from Facebook now to better assist, not me, but the whole community if we're having issues with their ads as to why they're getting disproved or approved or not. Her name's Cinnamon. She says I can talk to her whenever she wants for our Facebook ads. And just wanted to let you guys know that it is January now. So I've noticed this right away too. My ad costs are going right back down to normal. They're not getting the balloons, $6, $7. They're more in the $4 to $5 range. And what did I have? I'm posting a link right here to an episode of a podcast, of one of the podcasts I listen to, The Art of Paid Traffic by Rick Mulready. I'll post the link right now here in the chat. And that podcast, he recaps essentially everything in the Facebook ad world in 2017 and what to look for going forward into 2018. And I listen to his podcasts on and off, but this was like one of the best ones I've ever heard from him. And I would highly recommend you guys give a listen to it. He really does focus on what's working in Facebook land right now and whatnot. And I do have a new book I'm very excited to read and share with you all too for Facebook ad strategy. It's called The No Bullshit Guide to Direct Response Social Media Marketing, the Ultimate No Holds Bar. Long title, but the the reason I picked this up is because Dan Kennedy is like an absolute expert marketer. All the copywriting books I've ever read always references Dan Kennedy and what he does for marketing. So I'm very excited to plow through this and share it with you guys. But yes, we have a Facebook ad account access now. So just another lifeline for the team for any problems that we encounter through Facebook.
Dude, that's awesome. How'd you score that? What'd you pay her?
Dude, I don't know. I literally just I got this email one night. It's like, "Hi, Mike. My name's Cinnamon. It seems like you have this ad that you." It was just like, "It seems like you've been having this ad. I would love to chat with you and see how we can improve your business and work with you for."
That's huge. That's awesome. Anybody else want to jump out or hit the volume on and give us some wins, whether it's not with us, but in your life with anything whatsoever? Ollie, Connor, Amber.
Can you hear me? It's Amber.
Hey, Amber. Yep.
Yes, you're good.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
Awesome. I don't know if y'all can see me, probably not, just audio. But a win for me is I have been also reading Sun Tzu, The Art of War, and it has some really good positive quotes in it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so it's been really helpful, been really nice I'm in a creative process, like I told Mike, and I hadn't been able to purchase any of my things yet, but I've been just branding on my page a lot because we know branding is part of getting out there, like a lot of you gentlemen have been talking about tonight, and just working on different ways to have people share my page or like my page, which has just been awesome. Just because the more views, the more engagement, well, then the more the engagement I'll get when I soon start to post up my ad. So really excited.
Yeah. Awesome, Amber. I know we're just waiting for the cards to come in the mail, then we'll be off and running, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Love it.
That's absolutely awesome. Cool. Ollie, would you like to jump out and say hi to everybody, sir?
Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. So I think PQ1 wise, this year, 2018, I'm a little bit more focused on it, definitely. I was dabbling a little bit last year, but just in terms of refocusing on my goals and everything like that, it's going to be a much more productive year from me. I had a little bit of success, brought a few people in, but I definitely see the difference when I'm, fully engaged in it. I had a little problem. My ad account got shut down just before I went away to South America, so I couldn't really get it back up when I was down there. Just off my phone, I couldn't figure it out. But now I've got a couple of ads running, and they're getting steady leads in for what I'm spending.
Very nice. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Well, good. I was trying to figure out as well if there's any members in the New York area, but I didn't really know where to start with that.
Lori is not too far away from that.
Cool.
I live in Connecticut, Ollie.
All right, I'm just in Westchester, so I'm
Oh my gosh, we're neighbors.
Yeah, we're not far away at all. I go up there quite a bit, actually.
Okay, I thought you were a Brit. Sorry.
I am a Brit.
He's lost right now. He's a Brit, but he's in the States, and
That's okay. Westchester's a nice place to be.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Does anyone else have a win?
Anybody else want to share?
I have a win. We're all winning for being on here. That's it.
This is the first one, guys. Remember, we didn't really promote this until like what, 2 hours ago. So the next week's will be a lot bigger. So people will know about this rather than the actual short couple hours heads up.
Yeah.
Keep that
I mean,
in mind.
it's gradually going to grow, and it'll get a little more structure and stuff too as we start to, progress through the weeks and stuff. But I think this is going to be super, super, super awesome, and I'm excited for everyone that's on here now and everything that we have going on now, man. This is going to be huge, and I've already got a ton of value out of this, and I've been able to share some with you guys too. So let's keep this going. Let's keep this year going, and let's do this. I'm excited.
I have something else I'd like to share, guys. And Ali just reminded me of it because he said he's in New York. And this past Saturday, I went down to the city for an Enagic event. And Rob told me a couple weeks ago I should go. And I thought it was going to be this great big event. Well, we were in I think, fairly small hotel room. But there was a team there from Enagic, and they happened to be a lot of them from the Philippines, which was really interesting. And there were a lot of nurses there that were sharing their water stories with patients in the hospital. And so a big bulk of their people that they're selling water machines to are their patients, believe it or not, because of amazing results they've had personally, because nurses can be very, very stressed out working in the ER, et cetera. Anyway, long story short, I just wanted to say that I encourage anybody to go to, or everybody to go to any Enagic event that you see in the events tab, which is in your back office, because it's quite enlightening. A lot of it has to kind of do with the offline aspect of our business. However, there was a lot of good information shared. They did some water demos. Shannon, I'm sure you could have done them for them, but it was interesting. So pretty good energy there. I have to say, I love our online community, so nothing can compare to that. But my point is that if you check out in your back office and you see that there is an Enagic event, I would say within several hours, make an effort to go, even if you go by yourself. I went by myself. Ali, I would have invited you had I known you lived. I didn't know there was anyone else really in the New York area. So it's really good that we do this and we kind of share where we're from, because now, Ali, we can get together if you want sometime, whatever. So just thought I'd share that, guys. Okay?
Yes. Sweet invite, Lori. I'm just kidding. That's awesome. And that's one thing that's like super huge too, that, why I became so heavily invested in knowing about the product that we have is it just helps, and then you have both sides of the spectrum to work. You have offline and you have online. So, anyone and everyone that's on the panel right now that has machines or anything like that, like if you're not using that, that side of the spectrum, are those resources there? Like I highly, highly, highly encourage, Rook, stop. I highly encourage that, you spend a little bit of time on YouTube or something, or even the Enagic website. YouTube would be a lot better because you can find a lot more like water demos and stuff like that. But it's huge, like I talk to people literally every single day in one way or another. It'll come up in topic. And it's like anything else. It's like getting leads on our ads. You know what I mean? You could be talking to someone offline and they could be stoked. I have 3 people lined up right now I have a loaner machine with someone else. With Gary has a couple of them, right? Gary Johnson, that's on my team, and he got reaffiliated. He got a trifecta when he started. He had already had a machine, so we talked about using one of his as a loaner machine for other people to use, like 2-week trials, stuff like that. And we have people lined up right now that want to use it and try it. And there's no saying that it's like said and done. Like these people are buying machines from us or whatever. But if they do that depending on your rank or whatever. That's like an easy extra $1,000 that you can put into your ad budget, or, you know, whatever, put it in your bills, whatever you want to do with it. But like the whole point of the matter is, it's like it can happen on both sides. So yeah, that's super good. I like going to the events too, Lori. Those events are really fun. Been to a couple of them so far. So yeah, listen to Lori, go to the events. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's your homework, guys. What we got here? We're 52 minutes in. Mike, do you kind of want to wrap us up? Well, I guess we really
would love to. Yeah, like anyone have any open-ended questions and answers right now? Like, more than happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I've got a quick one, if that's cool. So going back to the whole go live thing and everything. My kind of main concern with that is not being able to speak or looking stupid. I mean, I won't look fantastic or anything like that, but it's more to do with my work situation and that kind of thing. Like, my Facebook's full of people. I mean, I must have 30 staff members on there.
Okay.
They are actually my friends, but at the same time, my boss is on there and my supervisor and all the rest. And it's just going to get a little bit, I don't know. I can see it getting messy and it doesn't have to get messy.
To start off, Ollie, I would do what I did to start off, and I would just run your go lives from your Facebook, from your business page. And then from there, because they don't like your business page, do they?
No.
Okay. So I would run them from.
It's funny because my business page is escape your 9 to 5, and then I mean, I can just imagine someone seeing that and be like, right, they just sponsored me for a new visa out here, and I'm enjoying being in the States.
Oh, right, yeah, I see your predicament, my friend.
Yeah, so that's kind of my biggest hang up with it.
My suggestion to you, my friend, would be to run go lives from your business account, just so your friends and family won't see them, and then boost that. Pay Facebook like $1 or $2 just to have the boost to have it posted. You'll honestly get like an extra couple thousand views by paying Facebook like $1 or $2 with a boosted post, and that way your friends and family won't be able to see that either.
Yet.
Does that work?
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries.
You know what, too? Something that I've done as well is, like, because I've had to revert back to working for someone else for a little bit, helping out, you know, having immediate income while I've had some things change within my own business personally, and I've had to restructure, rebuild, stuff like that. But like, I do this all the time. I talk to people about it at work all the time. I've taken my machine to the company that I'm working for right now and set it up in the break room. And they're like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, I went more so based on the health thing. I told them, you know, like a little bit of history behind myself. You know, I have a history of a heart murmur in my family and all this and that, and I'm really big on health, blah, 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 blah. And I told some other people about it as well. Like, there's also a compensation plan, and you can do some things. So I have like 2 dudes at work that want to buy machines from me. But also, too, like, if you're shooting your go lives and stuff, Ollie, I'm just flat out honest with people, and something that I do is I tell them, like, hey, listen, I like multiple streams of income. Yeah, sure, I'm working here, but I'm also working this business on the side. And like my link that I have is nomore9to5life.com, even though right now, for the time being, I have it's a 7 to 3:30, but you get the point, right? Where I tell them, like, this is something that I do where I have multiple streams where I'm building this online business, and the whole thing behind this online business is, you know, be your own boss, no more alarm clocks, no more 9 to 5, you know, that whole deal. It's more of a lifestyle than a job or anything like that, because we're getting out of a job and into our own businesses, and, you know, kind of lay it out for them a little bit, and just tell them like that, multiple streams. This is what I market and what I promote. It's online business. It's a lifestyle. And they're kind of like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Like, I flat out told the manager that, and he knows that I'm not going to be there long. I told him, like, I didn't tell him that this is temporary, but he knows it's like, it's only a matter of time. Like, there's a couple, like, he knows it's short-lived, and like, he can feel it too. You know what I mean? Like, they go in there and they say stuff to me, and then I say some things to them, and it's kind of like, hey, listen, you need me a lot more than I need you. So, like, but anyway. Anyway, so Ollie, yeah, dude, just that's one thing that I've done is just even like, so the people at your work, right, that you work with or managers or whoever, they say anything to you, just be like multiple streams. You like, I want more than just what I'm getting here. And that's nothing bad. You just want more than what they have to offer. Right?
Yeah. Completely agree.
All right, so we're almost at 9 o'clock my time. My youngster's home now, so
And me.
and my fiance.
And who?
But does anybody have any that they want to ask or concerns, questions, or anything?
Great first call. That's all I want to say, and then I'm wrapping up on my end. But great first call, guys. It was a good one. Loved it. Can't wait to see everyone next Thursday. You know, it's progressively going to grow and get a little more structured as time goes on, and things are going to be a lot better. But this is awesome to be able to have this, other than just the Sunday calls or anything. Like, those are awesome too. But the more we have together, the more things build. You know, we're gonna keep the momentum and keep everything going, leading into those calls. So we're going full circle, and I love it. I love every second of this. Things we're learning in our own time that we're going to be able to share here and also on the Sunday calls and stuff. So super stoked, glad to see everyone that's on right now, and can't wait for next week. You know, let's see what happens over a week's time and what we can share next week.
And next week we will have the actual pin post link. Unfortunately, we didn't get that sorted out before we went live today. But we will have that. We will have it, so you can go to that pin post and then just click, and it will be a recurring meeting at the same time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Is that 8 p.m. Eastern? I'm off here. I'm off.
Yeah. You're right. 8 p.m. No, 9
p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern. Yes.
9 p.m. Yes. Okay. I'll have it set up so whenever you just click on the link, and every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, this will appear.
Which, Mike, is what, 9 a.m. for you?
Eastern
Next
time
day?
zone. Yeah, exactly 12 hours ahead.
You're ahead. Hey, tell me what the future's like right now. What should I expect for tomorrow?
Oh man.
What do I need to do right now to prep myself for Friday morning?
Just get a good sleep, man. Just get a good sleep.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike, from the future. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you guys want to look into the future, just let me know. I'll get back to you. But this was an awesome call. Can't wait to have way more of these and just have more involvement and just share value. And we're big things are ahead in 2018 for everyone.
And without a doubt.
I love and appreciate all you guys. I'm going to hop off now. I'm going to go take care of my dogs, but I will see you guys next week. Thanks for everyone for coming on. And yeah, only 7 more days so we get to do this again.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording.